Okay, this is a video that's going to talk about the Miata and give you hopefully the whole scoop, so you know everything you need to know. It looks great, it rides great, the steering is great, it's very tight. We purchased the car last spring. I think I had about 195,000 miles at the time. I could check. Now it's got, I think, 197 and a half. So it's really been used mainly for driving my son to school, and that's about it. We haven't allowed night driving or too much highway driving because he's only 17. But it rides good. I had one 1990 for like 15 years myself, so I'm very familiar with the car. It's a great car, but he's decided to go to a sedan just because he wants to be able to drive kids around at school. The front is fading a little bit. People that have these are familiar with that. The metal is in good shape. A couple little blemishes here and there. You see a little bit of indenting here on the front corner. It's not from an accident, I don't think. Looks like it might be from some minor scuffle, but it's not really noticeable too much when you're out and about. Seems to be more noticeable right here, but you can see that it's shined up. When it's shined up, you know, you really don't see that. There is a scratch on the hood that we thought about taking care of, but we just have never got around to getting that paint stuff. Let's see what we got here. When we first got it, we replaced all the brakes. So brakes, rotors, pads, brand new ceramic brakes, don't rust. It's $350 on brakes, and they're virtually brand new. My son also put in Yokohama shocks, lowering shocks that you can raise and lower, and change the stiffness of. He had the car a little lower than this, so I raised it up to make it a little more comfortable for test drives. And there's little things inside the trunk and the hood to adjust the stiffness. Those were $450 just for the parts alone. So that's an upgrade. Also, the exhaust is entirely new. New downpipe, cat, rear exhaust, the whole shebang. Everything's brand new. We replaced that probably over the last several months. My son had purchased a kind of more of a louder exhaust, but it didn't have an O2 sensor plug in it, so we had the light on. So to get rid of that, I just spent $120, I think it was, for a kind of a standard OEM style rear part of the exhaust system, which had the O2 sensor plug, and so that's all squared away. Let's see what else we got here. The front seat is pretty worn. The passenger's in good shape, very good shape. The driver's side is looking pretty good. You can see that I put a patch over one part of the seat, and then I actually sewed the left, what would you call that? The left side of the edge there. Sewed that up. Still pretty good shape. But you know, that might be an upgrade at some point. Let's see what else we got here. The rocker panels are in really good shape. You see some of that in the pictures. There was a little bit of rust on either of the rears, which we patched, and you'll see from the photographs that those are looking very good. I think. Yeah, those are in really good shape. You're not going to notice that at all. But it was surprisingly little rust for a car. Now, of course, the people we bought it from were from North Carolina, so that's why this car is in pretty good shape. I think mechanically and from a from a body standpoint. The guy had the son had been in his family. The son had taken it up here after college. He and his wife had moved up here, and they were, I think I can't remember exactly, but they were moving on to a bigger car, and so we purchased it from them. But I think that's why it's in pretty good shape. It's even though we're in New England, a New England car. When I had mine here for 15 years, there's no way it fared as well as this one. So that's one of the reasons why this car is in good shape. It is from North Carolina. A lot less snow and rust and salt down there. The hood is in great shape. I think he had purchased it recently when we bought it. You'll see in the pictures, but everything about it is almost mint. There was the metal where it clips is where the little rocker thing here, where this thing clips in. It clips in, and then there's a little thing back here where that metal clips on. That little clip there is a little worn, okay, and it wasn't quite catching. It was loose. So as a short-term fix, I just wrapped this thing around here, and that is enough to cause it to clip there, so it doesn't come out unless you release it. So that was one little modification. These things were selling for like $300, these little metal contraptions, so I didn't ever get around to replacing that. I suppose if somebody could probably modify or weld, put a little weld bit on the end of that to fix this, but I just never got around to that. Other than that, the hood, everything works out well. It's got a nice roll bar. What else we got? You can see on the trunk there are a couple little dings. Okay, if you look at this in kind of the various light, I think I see, what is it, maybe 2.5 dings maybe. You can see otherwise everything is in real good shape. Also with the bumper, there's a couple scratches along the bumper. We sanded this bumper down a little bit and repainted it. It looks really good, I think, but just to let you know that. What else we got here? Let's see. Wheels are in good shape. Little caps in the middle. Those are our own custom little caps. They're 3D printed and then painted just for kicks. You can buy caps for $10 at eBay, or fancier ones for $20 for a set. But those are working well for us. The wheels themselves are in pretty good shape. Tires need. Tires are probably, they're not bald, but they're close. So you're going to need new tires probably pretty soon. You can get around as with them. I suspect you could probably pass inspection with the current set, but you'll definitely need new tires in the short term. Let's see. What's we got here? Yeah, wheel wells. All that looks good, and there's no blemishes on this side. Well, actually, let me see. The lighting in here is actually making this, and all the equipment and stuff is reflecting off it is making it look like there's issues here, but there isn't. So maybe I'll have to well, you can see from the pictures. The many pictures I posted that everything is pretty mint on the body. Let's see here. You can see a couple little in the top here. Okay, if I come at an angle, you can see a couple little areas where starting to see a little bit of like a pinprick of rust, that kind of thing underneath there. So I mean, in theory, you could sand that down and give a little touch-up paint. Let's see, what else we got? We talked about the shocks, exhaust, what other? things, modifications that we make here. New radio. So it's got Bluetooth for your phone. New speakers. The interior is in really good shape, as you can see. Everything here looks good. Air conditioning, nice and cold. I think that's due to the fact that back in the day, the 90s, I think the Freon, is it? The type of Freon they use, or the coolant, was more powerful than it is now. But that's still super cold, rock solid. Heater, great. Everything's fine there. Little clip on this. There's a spring clip there. That clip is gone. Okay, so you could probably put a new clip in there with just pretty quick. Let's see. Anything else? I'm just trying to think of anything else. The windows are all in good shape. One thing we thought about replacing at some point was the front window. The front window, surprisingly, glass, I guess, has a lifetime, you know. And there's a little bit of, when you look through the glass, it's not super, it's like on the side windows, super clear, no issues. On the front, there's a little bit of, I don't know what it is. It's like maybe there's a way to clean it, but where the wiper blades go, it's almost like a little residual rubber kind of a thing going on. So it's not critical. Beautiful sunny day, you don't even notice it. But if it's raining out at night, you see a little bit of this glare that is kind of annoying. But let's see. And then my son added a whatever that thing's called at the bottom of the front. And here's a closer look at the front. And again, take a look at the pictures to get a bit of feel for this. This is not as glaring as it looks up close here. When you're out, I mean, we're just getting a lot of reflection from all the stuff in the garage here. So it's looking, looks like there's stuff going on, but there isn't on the sides here. Let me see, I guess that's about it. Yeah, the car runs great, very smooth, and in fact, let me see here, got the keys in there. I'll start it up. Start it up here real quick. So you can kind of hear it. Close the door here. Brake off. No lights, no engine lights or anything. It's all clean. Everything's good to go. Alrighty. Idle will drop down a little bit once it warms up. That's about it, I think, for my little presentation. If you're interested, pop a note and let me know if you have questions. And otherwise, thanks for reviewing this. Bye.